Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Talks One podcast. As you all might have seen over the past few weeks, there have been a lot of rumors around AI bubble burst, and many people who have seen dot-com bubble burst way back in 2001 have been finding kind of similar parallels with what is going on right now. So back in the day, two and a half decades back, there were a lot of dot-com companies, diapers.net, and bunch of e-commerce companies, and a lot of dot-com companies who were not tech companies. Neither they were tech-enabled companies. All they did was slap together a pretty website in HTML, and they became a dot-com. And all those companies attracted a lot of venture funding. Many of them did not even have serious business plans or any kind of roadmap, and they were getting funded left, right, and center just because they had .com. And eventually, when the bubble bursted in 2001, we saw the valuations crash significantly, and many of those companies no longer exist. And darlings of those era, basically, a lot of telecom companies such as Cisco, Juniper, Broadcom, Alcatel, etc., never recovered from that. They went way down. And other companies such as Yahoo, HP, Sun Microsystems also became significantly lower value, and they also never recovered. Right? Sun was sold to Oracle in 2008. Yahoo disinvested multiple times, couple of years back, and never basically reached back the past glory. So right now, as you know, from the past 2 to 3 years, we have a generative AI bubble that is brewing, and even after 3 years, people are yet to find out any specific use cases where it has really done immense work and generated customer experience or a new revenue realization or operational efficiencies. People have been searching for those killer use cases, but apparently none of them have been found. One area that still investment is getting in is productivity improvement, and again, there are channels of productivity improvement at individual level, but broad scale team level productivity improvement or enterprise level productivity improvements are still far away from here, and we don't have classic use cases which can really signify that. Just a couple of weeks ago, MIT also came out with their observation that 95% of the projects that were started in the 2 to 3 years back are actually resulting nil ROI on generative AI. So this is what has fueled the thinking that probably we are in the bubble territory, and either the bubble has already popped or it is slowly basically deflating at the moment. However, if you see some of the recent announcements, it starts back from the Stargate announcement that happened earlier this year, when Trump basically announced that they are going to invest $500 billion in AI, wherein Oracle, Sam Altman from OpenAI, HP, and none other than Son San from Japan basically invested money, came together, that they are creating this infrastructure AI project in much better inaugurated by Trump himself, that will basically propel the economy, push US to the new heights in AI, and reignite the investments in AI and the work related with that. So I think it started out with that, and then more recently now we can see even SoftBank, even the Middle Eastern countries, venture fund actually are also coming together to invest in this Stargate and all these AI projects. But more recently, we are seeing that companies are trying to play like a game of checkers. It's not even game of checkers. It's as like a circular economy that is being formed, and you can even call it as a Ponzi scheme, which I would say, which it is not exactly. I have defined Ponzi schemes earlier, especially in the network marketing and MLM kind of schemes. I have discussed that in one of my podcasts, but it mirrors. There are a lot of similarities in this. So, OpenAI, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, Microchip. All these companies are legitimate businesses in their own right, but there is a pattern that is emerging whereby just couple of weeks back, uh, you know, OpenAI basically did an investment, like in Oracle, that they are basically, they said that they are going to buy data centers from Oracle. Oracle, on the other hand, said they are going to buy NVIDIA chips to run their data centers, and NVIDIA said they are going to invest $100 billion in OpenAI. So if you see the circle here, right? So OpenAI is a customer of Oracle. Oracle is a customer of NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is making an investment in OpenAI. And the whole process, if you see, basically the entire money chain is coming back from where it started. But throughout this process, Oracle stock went up, Nvidia stock went up. So they're creating, basically popping the stock without having to spend any single digit of money. So this way, basically, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, and everybody's share value is increasing. Oracle as well as OpenAI, as well as your Nvidia. Now, again, just yesterday, we saw something similar happen with other set of companies. Now, OpenAI has make a stake in AMD. The moment they announced that, AMD stock basically popped and they rose around 10%. So if you think, you see this, OpenAI also having their hand in Nvidia. Now they're having their hand in AMD as well. Now to benefit OpenAI, AMD will also find us another way to reinvest back in OpenAI. So basically, you see, the money is flowing in the same companies. It is rotating, and they're churning the, as they call, the buttermilk, and lot of froth, and the butter is coming out. And how the froth and butter is coming out is, the stock prices of these companies are rising, so the stockholders are benefiting from this, with all these announcements and all these deals, the circular deals that are happening. If you go down further, you will see there are multiple other companies in between, such as Corewave, and people are even contemplating that why leave Intel alone, or Supermicro. Maybe they should also jump into the bandwagon. And the problem is this: the more entangled this becomes, it is becoming abundantly clear that, OpenAI in particular, which is the flag bearer of ChatGPT and the entire LLM movement that we have seen, they basically have moved away from their AGI goal, which they used to claim 2 to 3 years back, and they're more about doing like magic in the arithmetic, or magic in the M&A side, or magic, I would say, in the accounting, to propel the bubble forward, to propel the company forward, and that's what is happening. So the concern here is that once OpenAI or any of these companies fail, they'll not only take the AI and the LLM or the software companies along with them, but they will also suck in the hardware companies also, which thus far were operating independently, and they were doing their own legitimate businesses. But now everything is intertwined, and they would be expecting bailouts from none other than US government and banks and things like that. So I think it's very genuine that these kind of concerns will come, and we are seeing those kind of issues. And while it is different from 2001, but companies have started doing some magic in accounting and some certain kind of dubious deals to keep the bubble float, because they want to change the narrative. They want to demonstrate that how many software, how many hardware, all the big names are investing in this, and they see value. That is why they are making those investments. They see value. That is why they are acquiring so much of hardware. They see value. That is why they're investing in so much of data centers. They're basically creating an artificial demand for AI services, data centers, GPUs, chips, etc. The problematic thing here is that a real enterprise customer demand, or a real consumer demand, seems to be kind of stagnating or tapering down, while these companies themselves are basically intertwining themselves in investments, partnership, customers, right? Providers, vendors, they're generating all these kind of interesting relationships while benefiting the basic stock players like the stockholders. So this is of very big concern, and I'm suspecting that over the next few months or over the next few quarters, we can see more such kind of deals with other hardware companies, Intel, Supermicro, and similarly, I think because right now OpenAI is the more active, I'm thinking now even Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, they will also start scratching their heads and start getting into this kind of bandwagon as well. So I think this is the only way the this AI investment can continue, because now everyone has started asking questions that where is the ROI, and since they do not want to answer that question, it's better to do cooking of the books, and this is how they have chosen to do it. So I would say we have entered a very difficult phase for AI, where people are trying to use all kind of techniques to change the narrative, to basically distract people from the real work. Now nobody is talking about AGI, it is the story of the past. Everybody is trying to save whatever investments because it's like a sunk cost fallacy. So they want to continue to kick the can down the road until the can no longer exists. That's the stage I think LLMs and generative AI and all these hardware and software companies have basically come in. So my thinking is, as we enter 2026, just hardly like one quarter is left now. We are already in Q4. We can expect that there would be a lot more pain with respect to layoffs, and a lot of businesses will shut down because of non improvement in ROI from either software companies or these hyperscaler or these AI companies, and along with them they will take over the hardware companies also along with them. So 2026 we will see lot of this kind of fireworks. This is my expectation based on what is going on right now. And it goes without saying, any of these things will have direct impact on the unemployment scenario, which will basically expand over the last quarter. And as history is seen in the past 3 years, Q4 is one of the worst times where the most layoffs and things like that happen. So please be attuned that Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, Apple, all these companies will start laying off people. People will be notified across the holiday season. So basically holiday season has already started. So throughout Thanksgiving, Christmas and New Year's, you will see all these layoff announcements, and thousands of people will lose jobs across all these major big tech companies and also other companies as well. So that's all from my side. I hope you understood the kind of things. I have shared some details in the description section as well so that you can understand what I said. But fact of the matter is, basically, you scratch my back and I scratch your back. That is going on to keep the narrative, to keep the basically companies float. Especially, they don't want to answer any ROI questions, and they want the investments to continue. With that, take care. I think the weather has changed in Delhi as well for the past 2 to 3 days. It has been very very chilly. It is a welcome change, but again, it's a time when a lot of flu season, mosquitoes, all of those things are in abundance. So please take care of yourself, enjoy the cool weather. It's been raining also for the past 2 days here in Delhi. So I hope you enjoy the cold weather, and winters are the good time if this time around pollution doesn't happen. So far, it is still bearable. It is not gone completely worse. But if it remains like that, that would be great time for us in Delhi. With that, I'll take your leave. Take care. Have a nice day. Do like, share, and subscribe. Do write to me. Let me know what are the next topics that you are interested in.